Welcome to my craft room. Friend, if we've not met, my name is Liz, and today we're going to create a cute little gift box. It's a bag, and some flowers with the beautiful collection of The Garden Party by Angelica Turner from Elizabeth Craft Designs. So let's flip the screen and you can see the project. Oh my goodness. So I have this gorgeous little gift bag. This is what we're going to create. And these beautiful flowers. I'm going to take you through the steps so that you can create these two. And this is a project that I'd created already. It's a little shaped card. And now I don't know about you, but I love coordinating things. If you give a loved one something that coordinates, it adds that extra special wow. So I've created this beautiful little shaped card using the die that we're going to make this cute, beautiful, elegant little gift bag. Okay, so before we make the gift bag, what we're going to do is we're going to make some flowers. So these are some gorgeous little flowers that I've had on my projects. Now then, I am going to be using the wildflower dies from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and the die that I'm using to make the bag is the Frames and Elements die set. Okay, so what have I done? So the flowers, I am using these three from the flower set. Now then, you can see on here, these are the dies that you'll get. Excuse me. And I'm using this small one here, this one, and this one. So I've taken my dies and I have just cut out some white card. Now I am using the Heartfelt Creations Deluxe Flower Shaping paper, but I think if you use watercolor card paper, you will get a great effect as well. 300 GSM kind of weightage. That's a word. It's not necessarily a technical term, is it? Anyway, right, so what we're going to do, we are going to colour these. So I am using the Buttercup, and I'm just going to come in. Let's move these out of the way a little bit so that we can get these in. And I'm just going to do a circular motion in the centre of my flowers. So I'm holding them down like so. And the very, very small ones of these sets look really cute, just left like that. And some little prills popped in. I don't know if these will come up on camera. So those look really pretty and really cute. Those are the tiniest ones of the set. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my Vibrant Fuchsia. So those of you that know me just know that my favourite colours are pinks and yellows, greens, purples. So I couldn't resist creating these in a pink. So I'm just adding my ink. So I'm just shading it and blending that in. Now, if you are too heavy with your inks, or you make a blotchy mark, don't worry, because all flowers in nature are absolutely unique. And none of them are absolutely perfect. So you can see how that's come together. So let's do all three. So for each flower, I've used 3 layers. Okay, I thought we would do this one from scratch, right from the beginning, so that you can see the process that I did to make those flowers. Okay, So I'm just going to come in and add a little bit more to the ends of those. And then we'll do this last one, like so. There we go. So these come together really quickly and easily. You could sit and colour these up whilst you were watching a movie with your friends and family, so that you've got a whole stash of flowers to just go to as a go-to when you are ready to make flowers. Right, so let me pop that out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in my flower shaping mat and tools, and I am just going to turn this over, and I have got some a spritzer, some water. It's just water. That's the magic solution, and I'm just going to spritz my flower, and I tend to do 2 at a time because I don't want them to dry out too much. Okay, so I'm going to take my tool and I'm just going to do a circular motion on my petals on the top, so that those petals start to curve and start to come upwards. Okay, so I do this to 2. I find that I can work fast enough for 2, but hey, that's, if you can do 3 or 4, that's great, and if you can only do 1, then that's perfect too. It's always good to do what you can do and not what someone else is doing necessarily. If you just, you know, there we go. So I am just pinching those, and then I'm going to come in and press down into the center and leave that to one side to dry. And then I'm going to do the same with this. Now I could do it a bit different. I could twist the petal. I could just pinch it. I can fold it, multiple fold it. So the flower is yours. These just take it to another level, adding that pinch. You could absolutely just leave them to, I have sprayed that. You could just leave them just without that pinching and they would look beautiful. So if you want to take your flower shaping to the next level, then add in some work with your fingers really does change how those flowers look. Okay, so that's the flower shaped. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to come in and I'm just going to add some glue to the bottom, and I'm going to interleave my petals. So we will just pop that there like so, and I'm just going to press it down, and then the inner one I'm just going to gather this together and kind of pinch it, not too hard, but kind of just pinch it so that it stays more closed than the bottom ones. And then I'm just going to drop that into there like so, and press down like so. So I've got 2 mats so that I can press down and get a really nice shape, so that the flower really comes up, so you can see the dimension there. Right, so what am I going to do next? Well, I am just going to wait for my hot glue gun to warm back up, and I'm going to just talk you through the leaves. So the leaves that I've used are from the greenery fillers. There we go, we can see that. It's kind of in the light, sorry folks. and I'm using this one, and then I'm also using this one with when I'm cutting out. I've cut it out in gold, okay, just to add some little whoosh. So the leaves, all I've done is I've coloured them with leaf green, and I've just shaded very lightly over them. In fact, let's just bring this in, okay. So I've shaded very lightly over them, like so. Now, if you are, if you've got watercolour paints, you could paint these. I'm using inks. The choice is yours. You could use your pens. Now, and then I'm going to come in again, and I'm just going to bring some colour up so that we have some shading, okay. And there we go. Sometimes it's easier to do it with them upside down, like so, because I'm pulling that colour that way. There we go. And then all we're going to do with that one is we're just going to take our shaping tool and shape our leaves. So I'm kind of going around the outside, like so, and bringing those in, and then I'm going to come in and just run back down like so. Right, so that's our leaves shaded. Now I'm going to come back to my flower now that my glue gun is hot. I don't know about you, but it's always something that I forget to turn on is my glue gun, but that's okay. So I've got some stamens, and these are just little white cute stamens, and I am just, normally I pierce through my flower and add my stamens in that way. So I'm just leveling them all up on the ends, and I'm just going to twist, and then I'm just going to cut off the rest of the stamens like so. Then I'm going to come in with my glue gun, and I'm just going to add some glue to the bottom. Now I like to do this when my glue gun's not too hot, so be careful, like so. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up that flower a little bit and drop in my stamens into the centre. So like I said, usually I pierce my flowers and put my stamens in. But I just wanted to show you this technique as well. Okay, so I'm just moving those around a little bit before it dries. And that's our flower all done. So now we've got all our flowers, we can make our box. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but for those of you who know me, you know that I absolutely love little gift boxes and bags. And the reason why I love that is because I can make more from my die. Not just a card, not just an embellishment, but I can make something else with it. It makes it much more versatile. Okay, so I am going to use the dies from the frames and elements, and what we're going to do is we are going to cut a piece of white card with this outer die, and then we are going to cut a piece of gold and a piece of white with this beautiful decorative die. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this in half. So I'm going to cut these in half along here, along this centerpiece here, like so. And I'm going to do the same with the gold. And then we're just going to create that lovely drop shadow with the white and the gold. So I am going to put some glue on the back of my die cut, like so. And then we're just going to create a drop shadow. Now I'm creating the drop shadow this way. Usually I do it this way because I just thought it looked so much nicer on the box, on the bag. Okay, and we'll do the other one like so. Now, for those of you who know, I've just got onto the Elizabeth Craft Designs design team, and it's so super exciting. It's absolutely wonderful to be working with such talented ladies. Now, being on their design team means I have an affiliate link. So I'm going to drop the link into the description for the video, and if you click on that, you can save, if you use that, you can save 10% on your whole purchases on the Elizabeth Craft Designs website. So that is definitely a fantastic savings for you. It is an affiliate link. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it in half. Now I have cut it in half here, along here, and what we've got is we've got two halves, but I've made one side already. Okay, so we would have two of these, and we would then need to cut a piece of paper twice, so two different pieces of paper. This is going to be the front, and then this is going to be the insides. Okay, so if you cut two more pieces of paper with this and cut it in half, this will make sure you can do the sides. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to glue this piece on like so. There we go. And then I have taken two of the oval dies. Now these are the smallest ones, and these are from the fitted ovals dies. And what I've done is I have taken the larger of the two, cut an oval, and then added the smaller one into the center, die cut that, and I've got a little handle. So to make sure we get the handles in the right place, at this point we're going to add them, and we're going to add them so that they sit in between the back and the papers. So what we're going to do is I am going to get my glue and add some glue to the bottom, and then I am going to line this up so that it all comes together like so. There we go. Now I am making sure that the ovals line up with these pieces here so that I know the width there. And then all I'm going to do is take my last piece and pop that over the back, and then we don't see the inner of that handle. And then we're going to come back to these beautiful decorative pieces and add them to this as well. So we're just going to add some glue. There we go. Now I don't know about you, my friend, about making little gift bags. This would be perfect for Valentine's Day. We've got so many fantastic occasions coming up. There are many throughout the year. They're perfect for lots of things, but as we're doing this, Valentine's Day is about to come, Mother's Day. You could could make them for little wedding favours. They're probably a bit big for that, maybe, I don't know, but they're perfect for so many things. And making this and the card together really will create a wow factor. Okay, so we've got the two sides, and these are just from Decorative Dies. This is why I love Decorative Dies, because you can do so much more with them. Right, so we need the box inside. So what you're going to do is you are going to get a piece of card. This is 300 GSM, and you're going to have 6 by 4.5 inches score and 1.5 inches on each side. So 1.5 inches, turn, 1.5 inches, turn, 1.5 inches, turn, 1.5 inches, and we round. For those of you who don't know how to put the box together, and I'm sure that's none of you, I'm sure all of you know how to do this. We're just going to cut along that score line and then create a tab. Now, it's quite hard to see that score line with the lights on, so I am just doing my best. There we go. There we go. If I drop it that way, I can see much better. It creates a shadow. And then on the last side, like so. And then all we're going to do is fold along our lines. Now don't worry, this has got writing on. It's not going to be my box. And all we're going to do then is glue those tabs inside the box so that we end up with a little box like so. So I've got one I've already glued together here. No writing, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 pieces of the papers that we cut this out of, so everything coordinates, and these are 1.5 by 1.5, and all we're going to do is we are going to just glue these to the ends like so. There we go. Now the sides are going to be covered with our decorative piece, and you could leave the inside blank. That's absolutely up to you. If you want to decorate it, I've taken some of the floral pieces, and it's 3 inches by 1.5 inches is this piece, and it's going to be for the bottom. Now this is the garden party papers that I'm using. They are just so pretty. Now then, because I'm using pieces of the paper that I've already cut, these are 1.5 inches, and I've just literally laid it in and folded it so I know where to pop it. But you have got 3 inches in length and another 1.5, so that's 4.5 inches, and a tiny little bit so that we can layer the papers over. Okay, so just pop that inside, and then the same again. These are just so pretty, so pretty. There we go. And we're just going to pop that inside. So as you can see, we're all decorated on the inside and on the ends. Next thing we need to do is just add our sides on. So I'm going to do that by gluing the side of the box, and then I'm going to pop my die on. Now I am looking here to see if I am in the same place. So that's kind of where my edges of my boxes are. That little swirly in the bottom there. Okay, so that I know when I turn it over, that's where I'm going to pop it. There we go. Just so it all lines up. We don't want our sides too wonky, but you know, it's okay if it's not aligned fully. if it's just a little bit out. There we go. So that's our bag put together. Now we're going to decorate it. So I'm going to bring back in my flowers, like so. And we are going to use 2 of the leaves. I'm not going to use my big one. So you can see I have got these gorgeous golden die cuts here, and these are those, and we have our leaves. And then I used the Garden Party Elements stamps. So we've used this one here and Best Wishes. And then the dies, I don't know if you know this, but the dies from the frames and elements coordinate with these gorgeous stamped frames. So I was able to die cut that sentiment out. Isn't it gorgeous? We could colour it if we wanted. For now, I am leaving it. But I will be popping on a 3D pop dot, and I'm going to pop it on this side, just here. Right, so what we're going to do is, the great thing about die cuts is we can pull them apart. So I know that I'm going to cut this up. So I'm going to trim this piece off, like so. And I'm going to use this one and this one together. And we're going to just trim this off as well, like so. Okay. And then we're just going to pop some hot glue on the back. Put those on like so, maybe a bit lower. There we go. Now, you will never get an arrangement in the same place as you had previously. And that's the beauty of handmade cards, is that each arrangement of florals is going to look different. So we pop that one on there, and we will pop our sentiment in like so. And then let's add our flowers. Now, I like to put hot glue onto the back of all my flowers at the same time so that I can place them together. Okay. But be careful, because they're hot. Just like that. There we go. So I'm just going to pop them on like so. Make them into a little arrangement together, a little cluster, like so. See how it's all coming together? It's absolutely gorgeous, is this collection. Really easy to use. And we'll just pop some gold there. And I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to trim that bit off, snip a bit more, and then we can put this underneath here as well. So we've just got a really nice arrangement. Let's add a little bit more of the gold on the on this side. Yeah, let's do that. Now, as I say, every time I do arrangement, it always works out differently. So we'll just pop that under there like so. And then you'll see that this one has this gorgeous bow. Now this is part of the same die, the frame set, and all I've done is I have die cut it in white card, and I've gone over it in forget-me-not ink, and I've glittered it, and I've cut it in half, and I'm just going to create a little indent on either side. There we go, like so. And what we're going to do is we are going to add this little bow in here. So I'll just put some hot glue onto here, like so, and onto the other side. Pop that under there, and we have one last step, so there's an extra loop to this bow. So I've done the same. Now I'm going to cut it shorter. I'm going to cut that middle bit off, and all we're going to do is put some glue onto the ends, lift that up, pop that in there, so that we're creating that extra loop on a bow. I don't know about you, but tying a bow with ribbon is always hard for me. There we go. So having this beautiful paper one really makes it so easy. And that's our little bag done. So I hope you've enjoyed that. They're great fun to create, and I think these are going to be for Mother's Day for some very special people in my life. Okay, so my friend, it's been fantastic crafting with you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out the link to Elizabeth Craft Designs. It is my affiliate link, and you can save 10% on your whole cart. Okay, so have a fantastic rest of your day, and happy crafting, my friend. Bye.